So here is my Century Arms C93. Before we start talking about it, we need to make sure it is a clear, safe weapon. And because your chamber is so far in the system, you need to manually check your chamber. I suggest if you ever do this, keep your thumb on the charging handle so it does not close on you. It closes very, very hard and would not be fun to have it close on you. The C93 is chambered for the standard size NATO 5.56. And I've seen a lot of videos on it, and people shooting it, things of the sort, but I've never seen anyone actually get into and explain how the delayed rolling lock bolt in one of these actually functions. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do, is very clearly explain how one of these operates, because it is a little different than what most people are used to in a standard assault rifle like an AR or an AK, in your direct gas impingement or something like your piston systems. So to start this assembly, we want to make sure the bolt is closed, and then we have a rear pin right here, and I like to use the surplus bayonet that comes with it to remove that. Just turn it over and hit through, and then pull it out with the blade. Enough to get a hand on it. Comes right out. And then put this back. Then next, your buttstock comes off. Pull it straight off the back. And then your trigger assembly pulls off, starting from the back. Rotate it off. There it is. And then, finally, you have your recoil spring and bolt and bolt carrier grouping. Comes right at the back, right here. And this is what we are mostly going to be talking about. So just to start, here we have your trigger group, and I'm just going to show you how this comes apart. Your safety, push it all the way up to 12 o'clock position, and then it just comes right out. There's your safety lever, and that also retains your trigger group into this little polymer frame. There you are. Trigger and all. Got your hammer and your kicker. As the bolt comes back, it hits this lever here, kicking the round out from the extractor. Now to put that back in, you just reinsert it into your little frame. Make sure everything lines up correctly. Get your hole straight. Then reinsert your safety from the 12 o'clock position. Push it in. Make sure you line up the holes. And push down. And then turn it back to safe. Okay, just go ahead and decock this and put it back to safety. Now, we're going to talk about this. The H&K style delayed rolling lock bolt. And it is dirty. We just shot it for the making of this video. Just need a little footage of it shooting. So we're going to talk about how this comes apart. Just rotate, from looking at the bolt face, just rotate it counterclockwise. It's a little greasy right now. Might need a little tool. Sometimes you need a little mechanical leverage. You can get into this groove, so you can see that right here on the bottom. with anything, I'm going to use the bayonet right here on the dull side so you don't scrape anything up too bad. And then you just rotate it just a little ways and you can get working then. And then it just rotates, and you rotate it all the way till it's upside down, and your bolt head comes right off. And here we have your locking pin. Very important to that function of the weapon. And then you just rotate that another half turn, and it will come straight out the front. There it is. Titanium pin right there on the side, you can see it. And you have your spring-loaded firing pin right here. Little spring, your firing pin. And this is your bolt carrier group, your upper cylinders for the charging of the weapon. And here on the side we have functional part. This is the locking lever. It locks the bolt head, this piece right here, up against your bolt carrier, which, when you do this, causes your locking pin, here we are, to push your locking rollers out on the side here. See that right there? And that locks into little indentions inside of the receiver here. Really dirty in there right now. A little oil in there from the last time I cleaned it. Guess I didn't get it all out. And so how this operates is, I can show you right here. It locks into the receiver with it out, and when it fires, the pressure of the round going down the barrel and the force of you moving the mass down the barrel puts pressure, obviously, right here on your bolt head. And that puts pressure on these rollers, on the indentions that they're in. And that pushes this, if I can show you here, you push in on it, pushes this backwards. Okay? Which pushes on your bolt carrier group, which pushes on this spring-loaded lever here, your little arm here, so I can turn this over, you can see it, where it locks on. Kind of see it. Move the light a little closer. There we are. This little lever here, spring-loaded lever here, hefty, hefty spring. Okay? Unlocks it from your bolt head. And then once it is unlocked, these rollers won't be able to come back out because they're inside the receiver. They don't have anywhere to come out. And that allows the pressure to push right here on your bolt head, cycling the action.